Okay, and y equals mx plus b, the m is the?
Rate.
Also the?
Slope.
Slope. They mean the same thing. We are focusing on the m, the rate and the slope. That's all we're looking at today. We have found how to find slope of a graph by doing rise over run. And now we're going to find how do you find slope of two coordinates. And everybody write this down. A coordinate is an x, comma, y. Never x, comma, x. Never y, comma, y. Always x, comma, y. Yes? Okay. So right here it says, what is slope? Slope is rate of change. It is the steepness of a line. It's the ratio in vertical change, that's your up and down change, over horizontal change, which is your left to right change. Okay? It's the change in y over the change in x. So here is your formula. It is the change in y, y2 minus y1. So if you have two pair of coordinates, it's these two y's subtracted from each other. And then what's it over? The two x's subtracted from each other. Yes? All right. I have a strategy that everybody's going to use today, and I call it the box strategy. So you're going to draw a box minus a box over a box minus a box. What are you going to put in the top box according to the formula?
Y2.
Y2. What are you going to put in the top right box? What are you going to put in the left bottom box and the bottom right box? Now, as you progress through doing this, some of you will not need the boxes anymore, okay? Because we just catch on fast, we got it. But today I want everybody to use the boxes. Make sense?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Look at the first thing. Now, I heard somebody earlier say, can I just graph this and do rise over run? What would I say?
No.
Yes, I can. Can I graph these 2 points? So everybody watch. You don't have to do this, just watch. I'm going to turn my paper over and I'm going to graph it. What was the first point? 0, negative 2. So on the x-axis, go to 0, go down to 2, put a dot. Y'all don't have to do this. Okay, the next dot is at what? All right, here's 1 on the x-axis. Here's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's my dot. Can I do rise over run? Okay, here's my rise. That's the change in y. Yes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my rise. My run is how many? 1. And what's 6 divided by 1? So could I find slope by doing rise over run and graphing these? Yes, but today I'm teaching you how to find it with the formula, which is the change in y's over the change in x's. To do this, you're going to label. Is this an x?
Yes.
And what's this?
A Y.
A y. Label that. People in the back row, pay attention. This is an x. What's this?
Y.
Label them. Since these came first, I'm going to call them the ones because they're first. Since these came second, what am I going to call them? Because they're second. It's that simple. Now you're going to do the box method because it's what I want you to do until you get comfortable. So draw a box, make it pretty big where you can put a number in there, minus a box, over a box, minus a box. Now, look at the formula at the top, right here. What are we going to put in this top left box?
X.
What does that say? So I'm going to put y2 right there.
4.
What did I label y2?
4.
So I put a 4. All right, look at the formula. What's going to go in the top right box? So I'm going to write that right there. I'm going to put y1. And what did I label y1? Now stop and look. Is this the change in y's? Yes. Okay. Now, let's look at the bottom left box. What am I going to put in there?
X2.
X2. What did I label x2? Okay. And what's going to go in the bottom right box? X1, which y'all said is 0. Easy or hard? Super easy. Now listen to how you're going to solve this in your calculator. You are going to go to, isn't this a fraction bar?
Yes.
So I'm going to go to alpha y equals option 1. And it will do it all in one step. Now, the biggest mistake students make is they forget to put a negative sign. So what does this say? 4, what is this? Minus, now what? It's not a 2. Negative 2. Okay, now tab down. What am I going to put at the bottom?
1.
Minus 0. Hit enter. There's your answer. Is that exactly what I got when I graphed it? Yes? Okay. And I'm going to write my answer. M equals 6. Why did I call it M? Because M is slope, right? Why did they call it M, guys? I have no idea. I would have called it S, but they called it M. I don't know why. So we're going to call it M because that's what they call it. All right, y'all ready for the second one? Here we go. What's the first thing I'm going to do? Label. This is an X. This is a Y. This is an X. This is a Y. Since these came first, I'm going to call them my, and these are my 2's. I'm going to draw a box minus a box over a box minus a box. The formula says Y2 goes in the top left, Y1 goes in the top right. And guys, where am I getting that from? From the formula right here on your page. Yes? Okay, what did I label Y2?
3.
What did I label Y1?
6.
Good. The formula says X2 goes here, X1 goes here. What did I label X2?
5.
And what did I label X1? Don't say 4. Negative 4. Thank you. When you type that in your calculator, you have to type it exactly how you see it. So go to alpha y equals option 1. Let's type in 3. What is this sign right here? Minus 6 over. How do I type this in?
5 minus negative 4.
Perfect. 5 subtract negative 4. Hit enter. There's your answer. What's the slope? That means the rise is 1 and the run is 3. If I was to graph it, yes? All right, you guys are going to try the next one on your own, and I'm going to come around and see if you've set it up and solved it correctly. This one right here, try it on your own. I better see that you've labeled and drawn your boxes. The first thing I saw when I walked around, most of you are doing a great job. Some of you weren't even writing the formula correctly. Literally, the formula says Y's go up top. Y2 goes here, Y1 goes there. So you should have had 9 and 3. Yes, check your stuff. The formula says X2 goes here, X1 goes here. X2 is what? If you wrote 4, you did it wrong. X2 is what? Negative 4. X1 is what? Perfect. Guys, if you can't follow a formula, we have a problem. You're going to go to alpha y equals. You're going to type in 9 minus 3 on top, negative 4 minus negative 5 on bottom, and what was your answer? 6. Okay, do the last one on your own. Set it up. I want to see that you've labeled correctly and paid attention to the formula. Draw those boxes. All right, check your work. You should have put And another thing I'm seeing, you're not labeling up here. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to mess up. You should have put -1. And then for y1, you should have put 2. x2 was -1. x1 was?
2.
And what was your answer?
3.
3. Okay, your assignment today is, don't turn your computers around. It is actually found in the Google Classroom, but I printed it, so you don't need the Google Classroom until the end. I'm going to pass out the assignment. You will put your answers, once you've gotten them checked with me, into the Google Classroom.